Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kyle from Canuck and Nuts, and funny enough, we're going to start a new GM series with the Canucks, Vancouver Canucks. I put a Facebook poll out, and it was a close edge between Vancouver, which I was surprised because, like I said, I didn't expect Vancouver to get a lot of votes, but they won the vote total, and then the expansion team wasn't too far behind. So I decided, why not go Vancouver? I got a lot of good ideas for this series for the same thing, kind of like Buffalo we started with. We'll do some storylines, we'll have tweet graphics, we'll have the same scoreboard, different colors though, more Canuck style. And what was the other thing? More commentary, like I said. And I'm not going to always play the home opener. I thought about that, and I'm thinking about, because you know how in owner mode you can do like promotions and all that for like bobblehead night? That's what we're going to kind of do here. We're going to kind of do like a promotion thing, except it's going to be not like a giveaway for us. Obviously, it's just going to be in the game. So I will always play the game after the trade deadline. So the home opener, or not the homer. So like Toronto, for example, this year we'll play against after the trade deadline. So instead of playing the home opener against Calgary right here, we're going to do retro night, and we're going to go up against the LA Kings. So the goal is it's going to be one of the probably the black jersey with the puck for us and for Vancouver, and then either purple or yellow. I'm undecided, whatever I decide, for LA. So that's probably gonna be one of the most ones we do, is like retro night. So that'll be fun with like an LA. Obviously, they got the different jerseys. Dallas, Colorado, they all previous NHL cities beforehand. Nashville, I like their old jerseys as well, and a lot more like that. So I'm also not concerned about like having like, say, oh, the Quebec Nordiques are back just for one night. It's just for the fun of it. You know what I'm talking about. So I went ahead, simulated the trade, not the trade deadline, the preseason. Show what the lines are going to look like going into this year. I made one acquisition. I signed Mike Camilleri just for the depth. So obviously we're going to be led by Pedersen, Besser, and Horvat. But our team really drops off after that. So Berchi is our top right wing, our left wing. Sorry, we can get a better one than that. And then it's just a bunch of 80s and 79s. I ended up calling Ryan Spooner and Jay Beagle up on defense, pretty much the same. Not much of change. Our scratch will be Derek Pouliot, Brandon Sutter, and Anton Roussel. Goaltenders will be obviously Markstrom and Demko. When it comes to prospects, we are looking, obviously, I'm going to include Demko in that. Reed Boucher has passed it. I was thinking more about Boucher, but there's a couple guys that aren't. Brendan Gaunce can still fall into that, but very last minute. One of the only couple of guys we would have is, example, where is he? Cole Lind is one. I know he's big one, I think. And 7 other ones. I think he's still in the minors, but Oli Ulevi, another one. So that is what we're going to look with. Prospects, we're going to have to get some picks. We're still a rebuilding team. When it comes to skaters, I did sign Brock Besser to an extension. 6.2 for the next 4 years. Or 6 years even. Can I see? I can't, but I believe it's 6 years. It's 6.2. Kind of a steal, I think. And then I signed Edler for a 3-year, 3.5 contract. And then I left Ben Hutton untouched. I don't know. I know he wants the contract, but I don't want to. Oh, that's actually not that bad. I never really looked into him. We'll take a look at Ben Hutton later, guys. The one who didn't sign the contract was Thatcher Demko, and he just wants to wait till the end of the season. Understandably, this will be his first year in the pros, so we'll wait and see what he can do for us in the first year. So we'll go ahead and start simulating up to that LA game, and we'll see what we can, if there are any trades go through. I mean, like I said, I want to get rid of Ericsson's contract, obviously. Speaking of which, he's talking to me. Thanks to the input, I'm happy with this group, obviously. Brandon Sutter, he's got 3 more years left as well. That's another contract. Jay Beagle's another one. And Ryan Spooner off the bat gets hurt, so we got those center depth, which is great, though. So obviously that's not a bad thing to have all those centers in Beagle and Sutter. I did make one trade when I was scouting way ahead before for this. It was quite easy to get that trade off. It was Brendan Sutter to Montreal for Jordan Wheel. Obviously, I didn't think that was too realistic because that's just us dumping salary pretty quickly, which we shouldn't have to do that easily. But you guys let me know what you think when it comes to trades like that. I know it's not ideal. I see a lot of hungry players. I need you to work harder to get back in the lineup. Just make it seem, everything goes for Rush Batch to turn a corner soon. So yeah, like I said, we gotta get rid of those guys. I've never done a Canucks. I haven't done a Canucks GM in 2, maybe 3 years. So let me know what you guys can do when it comes to trades for them. Obviously, we are a rebuilding team, so we're not going to try and get some more draft picks. But I know for those 3 guys, especially, we're not going to get too many draft picks. And right there, we're off to a pretty bad season. First month that we get 10 losses. A lot of people don't want to talk to me. Yeah, whatever, man. Quinn Hughes. Yeah, so we're obviously what these guys should know is that we're going to go through a rough patch, just like Quinn Hughes said. Obviously, if you're unaware of who the top draft pick is going to be this year, it's going to be Jack Hughes. So we could easily reunite these Hughes brothers, or Hughes brothers, however they pronounce it, and put them together. Obviously, that's going to be different because you have Pettersson and Besser, and Pettersson, Horvat, and right there, Brandon Sutter for 2 fourths. I'm wondering if I can get a player back, only because then I could use him still for the what is it? For the scratch. I wonder. Dustin Brown's hurt, and that's too much to take on. Kyle Clifford. Is that me selling out right there and getting a guy? We'll see how that goes. Brendan Sutter for a 4th and Kyle Clifford. I just want to get that extra body. And it's a cheap contract, which could help us easily. And we're both doing pretty exceptionally bad, so maybe both players could use a shakeup. Proposed trade rejected. That's okay. We're just going to leave that be. Actually, why don't we go check the free agents? Biega gets hurt down in the minors. If there's a center, if there's still a good forward for the free agents, maybe we sign them, and then we go trade Sutter, and then we make the signing for that player. When it comes to that, we could get not many people. Trying to think. Maybe we get a right winger. We'll go with Alex Hemsky possibly. Let's see if they would be willing to do that trade again. So it was 2 fourths for Sutter. Both this year. I think they were this year. Centers. Brendan Sutter. Let's see if that goes through. Trade rejected. Was it 2 2020s possibly? See if it was the 2 2020s, they'll go through with that. Nope, they don't want to do the trade at all anymore. That's okay. Kind of weird that they wanted to give up 2 fourths for Brandon Sutter. Obviously, if you look at the NHL nowadays, you got to give up the bigger. You have to give a pick if you're trying to dump salary. But if you saw also, we have $60 million to spend, and we have a trade Brad Hunt. No, I don't want to pick up the defenseman. I'd rather get another forward to help us out. And we just keep losing, so obviously this year looks like it's going to be a tank season for us. See, like right there, a 3rd for a 2nd. That could be good. And it'd be Sutter going back to Carolina. I'm going to have to still say no on this one. Only because I want to get a player, but if it blows me out of my mind that what the team offers, I know we have Josh Levo in the minors that I could probably call up. I just realized that. I should maybe think before I make moves. And I thought that was him right there getting the MCL sprain. Stetcher with the bruised arm. And doing the California swing, and then we'll be going into the game against the Kings. So we're pretty much deadlocked the same record with these Kings. We both suck. I think we are tied. We're both tied for last. So take a quick look at our stats when it comes to that. We could make a shakeup, but I don't think there's going to be need to shake up. So Besser and Horvat, same stats what's together. Pettersson does 12, so not too far behind. And Berchi with a good season so far, 14 points on that first line. Camilleri having a good year as well, 14 points on the 3rd line. And Ryan Spooner actually, 3rd line, 15 points. So good point production from us, just we're not able to keep the door shut for some of them. But like I said, this is going to be a rebuild. I know I said that for the past 2 GMs if you watch them. But I feel this team is for sure going to be a rebuild team. And we are going to start with the, not those jerseys yet, whoa. Okay, so we're going to wear the black puck jerseys with the Canucks with the skate. And why don't we go with the yellow jerseys for LA. So that's going to be the looks, guys. And I will not do commentary this time around. I will do it come playoff time, obviously, when we get back to the playoffs or later on in the season. I just not feeling it right now at the moment. Plus, I may have to leave in the middle of this recording during the game, so I don't want to lose all that. All right, so you guys sit back and enjoy this game, and we'll see if we can get a win against these LA Kings.
Slid to Doughty. Lets it go. Outstanding save. What magic even to get there and get the shot off. Could be trouble near the line. A shot. It's blocked. He scores! All that hard work and now finally a goal.
Get more people and pucks to the net.
I sure agree, Eddie.
No matter how often you work on the power play, the ones that struggle go back to the same basic tenets.
Score! A power play goal, and it's a biggie.
You got one power play goal in your back pocket. You'd like to do it again.
Breakaway. Score! What a power play these guys have. In with it now. In the slot. Score! 3 straight goals. Oh, that's a good keep. That's a great keep at the line. Shot. Score! A power play goal yet again.
But you know he's thinking about number 3. What an achievement that would be to bang in one more.
He scores! We got it. Lobs it. Save there. Pulls the trigger. Score! They hope to make a change with that one. Game is over. The Canucks have another win, and the streak continues.
This team has been hot as of late. They're following their game plan. It's resulting in wins.
And right there, guys, great game out for us. 5-2 victory over the LA Kings. Very convincing, outstanding game for us. Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser leading the way for them. That's the two guys we got to build this team around, and hopefully this could be a change of us. I mean, 9 points out of second spot, or third spot, sorry, but obviously, like I said, we're a rebuilding team. I'm not expecting to blow everything out of the water and make the playoffs. So why don't we head up to the trade deadline, just at the simulation, but we can stop it. We'll make some changes. But yeah, good game by everyone around. I completely forgot, though. I had Anton Roussel as a defenseman, you see right there. I should have realized that ahead of time, but didn't really matter. Take a loss right there, but a lot of good spots right there. I know in real life the Canucks got JT Miller and Tyler Myers in the free agency and through trading. I'm hoping that we can duplicate the same thing, get a second line winger for us, preferably a right winger. I'm fine with Sven Baertschi, but at some point maybe we move him down and we can get a top line left winger for that line. Just trying to think who'd be available at that point, but we'll find out. We're not there yet. And of course, we still have deals in spot that we could make. I want to try and move, like I said, Louis Eriksson's contract, Brendan Sutter's contract, and Jay Beagle's contract. And of course, we got those deals for Sutter earlier in the simulation, but I don't know if we're going to get them again. We could also be close to getting the first overall sweepstakes for Jack Hughes, which is not a problem at all, having the Hughes brothers on the team. But like I said, having 2 top line centers is going to be a pain. And we got a lot of injuries here. Just hoping they're not too long. Wish we could turn injuries off, but like we said, that's not realistic at all. And we're finishing up 2018 looking like we're going to go 15, 23, and 4. So, and right there, coming back in 2019, 7-0 win over Ottawa. So 6 points, 6 games off of 500. We're competing for the basement of the league, not a shock. Defense needs to get upgraded as well. If we go get like Tyler Myers, I know he's always a free agent. If we resign him, that's not a bad idea. In my opinion, we can use him for the top line as the time being until our guys of Jet Wu, Julio Levy, Quinn Hughes are all developed. And Josh Levo keeps getting hurt, so injury prone for Utica. But they're doing quite fine now. They're 24-14-4, and we are now dropping games after winning a couple games in a row. Not a surprise that we are struggling. Central scouting, I know. Luke Shen's back. Yeah, okay, Luke Shen. Sorry, lost my train of thought for a second. Multiple players, of course. Could put this one down, but I do not want to go through the power of video editing on this one. So we're coming at 18, 28 and 5 into the All-Star break. Like I said, last spot. Going for that, Philly was one that was competing for last spot. LA is another team that were competing for last spot. The higher the pick, the better we have a chance at something good. Obviously, let's take a look. Yeah, Philly is struggling as well. We'll take a look at the trade deadline, though, what we are looking at for trades and where we are for standings, and we know we can work on. And we'll take a look. Who am I thinking of? Thatcher Demko was didn't want to make a contract discussion until the end of the season. We'll take a look where he's at. Take a look at the stats. You guys think about contract we could offer him. And Alex Edler's back finally. Elias Pettersson up to an 89 overall. So obviously I know he develops well, and I'm hoping that he gets the call there like he does most years. And we're back to our losing ways. We getting destroyed when it comes to losses. Multiple players. Hopefully Brock Besser's one. Brock Besser is one. He will grow too. I'm not scared that he won't. I know he grows. Final couple games. Win. Tanner Pearson now out with an injury, of course. What else without injuries? Hopefully we get 24 wins. We beat the Ducks for last game before the trade deadline, and we do not. 4-2 loss. So 23, 34, and 6. Not dead last. LA 44 points. Ottawa 39. Philadelphia 44. So we are tied for tied for 4th. So if you look at the draft class, 4th place. I should think that's as a defenseman, or it can get us like Vladislav Lapioff compared to Bobby Hull. That's not actually a bad one right there. Or there's a franchise, of course. Vacislav Kasparaitis compared to Timo Solani. But Bowen, no, he's a left. I cannot afford to get left-handed shots, preferably right-handed shot defensemen, and that would be not until Sergei Yemakov's. But we'll see what happens, guys. Obviously, anything can change when it comes to this. So we'll take a look at some of the trades that have happened, and we probably won't make any trades. Elias Lindholm and James Neal going to Minnesota. And just a lot of draft picks. Jordan Eberle going to Ottawa. Cronwall going to Toronto. Demers going to the Islanders. Lee going to Arizona. Alec Martinez going to Dallas. Unless, if we look at our players that we have available. Preferably Brendan Sutter. I know I'd probably get more for Sutter. See, a lot of teams are interested in him. It's just a matter of getting a player back, and I know we're going to be struggled to get a forward of some case back with the right, like maybe, I didn't even think Comtois. No, Comtois wouldn't even make it. I know they have a lot of centers, so we're not going to consider Boston. Playoff team like Carolina Hurricanes. Can we get like someone? Julian Gauthier maybe. So yeah, just a lot of question marks around here, guys, of what we could do. I know a lot of teams, as you see right here, are looking into or would like adding depth in Brendan Sutter. But I'm not going to make a deal just for the sake of making a deal. I don't think we might find any good trading spots to find Sutter. Even depth here in Edmonton, I don't think. No. Well, okay, we'll just take a look. We're not even going to worry about them. We'll worry about looking into what's on trading blocks. So we'll see if we can make deals. I highly doubt it, though, guys. like I said, just this is not the year for us. And of course, we have all the draft picks. Not a lot of players we can trade off left that have value. Like just looking at it, yeah, there's not much we can do when it comes to it. Yeah, so not much we can do, guys. The trade deadline might be just a quiet one unless I find something in the pre-scouting. Quickly look at Thatcher Demko's stats, and then you guys can drop in comments what you think for contract. You see right there, first line of the two right there, 53 points each. Not shocking at all. Goaltender, so Thatcher Demko, 12 starts, 3 wins, 8 losses, 876. Of course, though, he is playing on a bad team. I won't deny we are a pretty bad team. When it comes to overall, though, let's just check what he is at. I think he's still at least a low 80. Yeah, he's still an 80 overall, so let's just see if he's willing to make a move for a contract now. Obviously, he probably will. He still says no, but he's looking at 3.9 for 2 years. We could still do that. I'm not too concerned, but if I wanted to go more, it's offering him up $7 million at some point. So we'll see what we do, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the comments. Let me know what excited you guys are to see the Vancouver series. Yeah, that's all I got. This is the first year is probably self-explanatory. Year one's already pretty much done in the NHL, so we'll just go from there. But like I said, drop in the comments if you think we could trade Sutter to a team, get something back for him. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you follow us on social media, and we will see you guys in episode number 2.